Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the greatest recordings ever. I've been listening to a lot of Sibelius lately because, well, why do I need an excuse? It's fabulous music, isn't it? And I think as time goes on, his stature only grows because his individuality was so extraordinary. My goodness, what a genius. Anyway, I'm here with the greatest recordings ever to discuss the Fourth Symphony, his darkest, bleakest, spookiest, most nihilistic symphony. And here to join me is, yes, Finster. Hello there. I know, hi. She loves Sibelius. She adores Sibelius. She told me just yesterday. Anyway, so let me get comfy here so we can do this properly. The greatest recording ever, jazz hands, of Sibelius's Fourth, well, one of them anyway, is this one, Leif Segerstam with the Helsinki Philharmonic on Ondine. I think this is the high point of his Sibelius cycle, and really it's the high point of just about any Sibelius cycle, or it should be, because it is the deepest and darkest of all the symphonies. Now, I'm not one of those people who celebrates misery. I don't think things are better because they're miserable or because they're depressing. But when they're this good and this depressing, well, it really is special. The music is absolutely extraordinary, and it's not easy to play well. One of the things that you notice right away, in the first movement particularly, is the way Sibelius has simply separated out the various sections of the orchestra. The piece lives or dies, the whole symphony, on the quality of the string playing. It's so, so important. There's so much variety of articulation. You have to give life to those spooky tremolos in the middle section. But, the whole opening is basically strings, and then the brass come in separately. And then you have woodwind solos on top of other things. But everything is unblended and distinct. It's like etched with a highlighter. But often at low dynamic levels, you have to do it with such sensitivity. And Segerstam is so open to that aspect of the work. He's a chord guy. He's really into sound and texture, which is, what this symphony is all about in so many respects. He was a string player. Segerstam was a violinist, a very, very good violinist in his youth. And he spends a lot of time and attention throughout this whole cycle here on Ondine, working with the strings, making sure that everything that they do is right for the music. I don't mean it draws attention to itself, but it's extraordinarily effective. It really is. He does amazing string stuff. So the first movement has that. You'll hear right away those beautifully calibrated string textures with the brass sounding like a wall coming at you, and the lonely woodwinds, which are exquisitely played throughout the whole thing. The scherzo is mostly an oboe solo. It's for mostly woodwinds, but the strings are supporting. They have to float the melodies, and they do. The Largo, it's actually marked Il Tempo Largo, I think. Largo tempo is beyond desolate. And when the strings come in with a tune, with that do 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 do, oh, here we go. Okay. I guess that's all she could take of Sibelius's bleakest symphony. The Largo, is mostly woodwind solos, but the theme, the basic melody, is in the strings with some soft, fuzzy, comments to the woodwind things as well. And it has to surge. It has to also have a warmth to it, because it's the only warmth in the piece. If you do what modern people like to do now and say no vibrato or something, it's all wrong. The contrast is between the austerity of those woodwind solos and that grasping, groping, climbing towards the light from the strings. And they have to have whatever amount of human warmth and passion you can bring to the music. It's not a lot in there, but when it happens, it's all the more effective because it's rare, and Segerstam gets it. He just gets it. Then the finale is very tricky. It really is, because it's again, you notice that the main theme is in the strings. It's in the violins. Do 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 do. It's the opening of the first movement, by the way. It's just sped up. Just a variant of this opening the whole symphony. And he uses the glockenspiel, not chimes. It should be a glockenspiel, by the way, in the finale. Dun, 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 just over and over and over again. And the big climax where it all just tears itself to pieces with, this dissonant pileup is just marvelously done. The brass section is used very carefully in this symphony and mostly as a threat. It's ominous and it's dark, and they enter as a block, like some sort of horrifying monolithic portent of doom. And oh, the doom that they portend. Yes. Oh my goodness, it's just marvelous. Then the last pages, the closing pages, are also you have to be basically in tempo. I mean, Sibelius just marks the ending, mezzo forte, da 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 da, bum 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 bum. It is the most graphic screw you ending that anybody ever wrote. It's completely uncaring. It's just a wonderful performance. And, Segerstam hits all the right points here. He really does. I mean, and it's gorgeously recorded, absolutely gorgeously recorded. A joy to listen to, for its darkness and its depth, its mystery. It's all there. Absolutely first class. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.